Hi guys, this is Harish Reddy. Welcome to DevOps World. So last class we discussed about Linux administration. So today I'm trying to discuss about the Linux previous class, and as well as I'm trying to go with the scratch from the DevOps from the basic on the securities. Okay, for this you need to learn the DevOps. That's very important. So here, basically, if you want to work on the deployment mode, definitely you need to learn the Linux. That's very important actually. Okay. So today, those who are very freshers, those who are don't know about the Linux. So we are trying to go with basics from the scratch to enhancement of this particular servers. Okay. So as I told you that in previous class, I have different types of operations which we are working on Linux administration. So here, the first one is we are working on user defined commands, and second one is system defined commands, and next we are trying to go with packages, and fourth I'm trying to go with bash scripting. Okay, so we are working on these things now. First we'll try to go with user defined commands. What is this actually? User defined commands. So basically, if you're working on user defined commands, so whenever you're going with any company, definitely the user defined commands will be like just like a manual way. Okay, so the first one is you're working on how to create a file, how to create a directory, how to remove the file, how to remove the directory, Okay, so we'll discuss this one in practical now. So let us discuss these things. Mm, For this, I want to go with the cloud as usual. So I'm trying to work on the cloud only. So I already created an instance. So if you don't know what is how to create an instance, please try to check my previous videos. How to connect instance, I already told you this one very clearly. Okay. So this is how we can try to create an instance. Okay. So this is a server in basically I'm working with AWS. I'm working with the virtual server. Okay. So now I'm connecting the server. Now I'm connecting the server. Let's go with terminal. So for this, you need to install Git Bash. You need to install Git Bash. I already installed Git Bash. See here, git hyphen version. You need to install Git Bash. So I already installed the Git Bash. Now I'm trying to connect the servers. For this, wherever you have a file, wherever you have downloaded the file in virtual server, go to downloads or any other folder, try to go there and right click on this, you open Git Bash here, you will get connected, or else it will be won't connect. Okay, cd downloads. Okay, so now I'm connecting the server, right? So now I'm connecting the server, this one. Yes, click on yes. Let's clear the screen. Okay, now how to create a file? This is very important for us. Basic level, very important for us. Okay. So now we have two types of options, guys. If you're working on the file, we have two types of options. The first one is cat. Cat, what is cat here? Cat will display the messages. Cat will display the message. Hi, welcome to DevOps Hi, how are you? Very good morning to all. Very good morning to all. Hi, had a nice day. Have a nice day. Okay, so this is what I'm giving some content, okay, because cat will display the message actually. Control C to come out. Now, if I go with ls, I have a F1 file is created. Okay, now if I go with cat F1, see here, display the message will be displayed like this. Okay, similarly, I can go with next option, cat. I'm going with F2. Hi, hello, how are you? How are you? Hi, hello, hi, hello. I'm writing some content, guys. That's it. Control C to come out. If I go with ls, see I have F1, F2. I have F1 and F2. Okay. So basically what I'm doing, I'm just giving a message to display the message. Okay. By using cat. Okay. So if I go with, so if suppose I want to merge the files. I want to merge the files of F1, F2. How can I merge the files? By using cat F1, F2. See, this is how we can merge the files. Okay. So now let's go with the next option is touch. Touch F3, F4, F5, F6, F7, F8, F9, F10. F10. Okay. So now if I go with ls, see, I have nearly 10 files because touch will not create a message. It will display the files. It will display the files. Okay. So basically what I'm trying to say here is cat will display the message. Touch cannot display the messages. Okay. So we can, if you want to create a multiple files without data, you can use touch command. If you want to go with the data, for this you have to use cat command. Okay. So now how to remove the files? How to remove the files? So very simple, rm F1, F2, F3, F4. Suppose I want to remove 4 files. Suppose I want to remove 4 files. If I go with ls, see I have only, so whatever we are targeted some files, it was removed and remaining are displayed. Remaining are displayed. Okay, so this is how we can remove the files. Okay, so it's very simple, guys. If suppose if I want to target F5 now, see here F5, it was removed. ls, see here only 5 files has been removed. Okay, so whatever I'm trying to remove the target area, it will remove. This is how we can remove the files. Okay, let's clear the screen now. Next, how to create a directories. How to create a directories. So for this, we are trying to go with mkdir, mkdir d1. Okay, I'm trying to go with d2 and I can go with d3. So basically, what is this actually? So basically, in Windows, you are trying to go with folders, right? So you are trying to create one folder and you are storing some files. Okay. In the same way, in Linux also we have a directory. So folder is nothing but a directory. Remember this. Okay. In Linux we have a word directly. In Windows we can call this one as a folder. That's it. If I go with ls, see here, D1, D2, D3. So this, it will be marked with the red color. So sorry, it will be marked on the with the blue color. Okay. So with the blue color and files will be some white, some black color. Okay. So basically, if you want to identify the directories, it will go with some color. So coloring. Okay. In the same way, this is also one type of coloring, right? Okay. So now I can remove the directories also, rm, dir, d1, d2. Okay, if I go with LSC here, only D3 found, only D3 found. If I want to remove the directory, if I want to remove the target directory, so for this I can go with D1, D2, and so we have only D3. D3 has been found. Okay, so this is how we can create a directories. Now I hope you understand how to create a files, how to remove the files. how to create a directory, how to remove the directories. Okay, so this is very simple and very basic, as you know this. Okay, so because those who are very new, I want to tell you this one very clearly to them. Okay, so that this is my target area, what I want to go with my intention about the Linux administration. Okay, so now let's move with one more command, guys. So we are working on listing directories. We are working on listing directories, listing files, not directories. Okay, so listing files. So basically, what is listing files actually? We need to know this. Okay, so basically, if you want to know the listing files, because whatever you're trying to create file directories, so you how many directories you created, how many files you created, you don't know, right? So for this, you have to understand this one very clearly. So for this, if you want to see the previous sessions on your side, you have to go with listing files. Okay. The first one is ls. The first one is ls. Second one is ls-l. And third, ls-q. And four, ls-s. And fifth, ls-la. Sixth, ls-al. Seven, ls-ldr. And eight, ls hyphen, I can go with k. Next, 9, ls hyphen n. Okay, next 10th, I can go with ls hyphen some go. I can go with r. Okay, I can go with r. So basically, what is this actually? ls stands for listing the files. Listing the files. Now I can try to go with ls-l, listing the length of the file. Length of the file. Length of the file. Now listing the queues. Okay. Next, we are trying to go with the next one is listing the size. Next, we are trying to go with listing the root of the files. Same thing, ls-al also same thing. Okay, never change. Next, listing the latest file. Okay, so listing the files. Okay, so like this, we have a lot of things, guys. I'll try to go with practical now. So now what I can do here is, so for this, I'm trying to go with, first I can go with ls. So I have some files. I can go with ls. I have some previous files. That's why I'm going with ls. So I have only one directory, and we have multiple files. Now I can go with ls-l. So L stands for length of the file. LS stands for length of the file. This is called file permissions. These are file permissions. These are the user. This is the owner. This is a group. This is a memory size. This is month, date, time, and source files. month, time, date, and source files. Okay. So basically what I want to say here is if you want to go with the length of the file, you need to go with according to the command. That's it. Okay. So for this, we are trying to go with length of the file. Okay. So now ls hyphen al. So it will go with the root of the files. It will go with the root of the files. Whatever we have a files inside the server, it will go with the root of the files. Okay. So from the root, from our source files. Okay. Now ls hyphen la. So next ls hyphen la has been found. Now ls hyphen k. So what is k? K is the sequence. Okay, k is the sequence. Now ls hyphen q. Q is a sequence, same thing, no changes. Okay, now ls hyphen s. Size of the file. It will try to show the size of the file. So now suppose I want to go with the cat. I'm going with some file name, some f7. Okay, hi. I just gave hi to you. Just control C to come out. Okay, now ls hyphen yes. See, have you seen the file now? So F7, see, whatever I mentioned in cat, some high, it was going with the size. It was going with the size. Okay, this is called size of the file. Okay, so previously we don't have any contents. Previously, we don't have any contents in files, but now I have a content here. But now I have a content here. Okay, now ls hyphen n. Okay, ls hyphen n stands for it's so previously we have owner and group, right? So now we are trying to go with the life cycle of Ubuntu. We are trying to go with the life cycle of Ubuntu. Ubuntu life cycle is 1,000. Okay, so Ubuntu man life cycle is 100, but Ubuntu life cycle is 1,000. Okay, so that's why we are trying to use 1,000 times as per your side. Okay, so this is what we are trying to go with the file. Okay. Next, we are trying to go with the ls-r. ls-r. R stands for recursive, I think. Yeah, it's a sequence. We are trying to go with sequence. As for the norms, we are trying to go with the sequence. Okay. So these are some listing files, guys. Okay. These are some listing files, very basic. And this is completely like listing commands, what we are trying to discuss about these things. Okay. So now let's clear the screen. Now. So the next topic is which I want to go. So I want to go with some task, guys. I want to go with some task. What is the task here? Suppose I want to go with, I want to create a directory. In directory, I have one more directory. Okay. In D1, I need D2. Okay. In D2, I need D3. In D3, I need D4. Okay, in D4, I need D5. D5. Okay, in D5, I need D6. In D6, I need D7. So like this, I want to give the task. So basically why we are using this task? Basically why we are using this task? This task is very helpful to you guys. So whenever the developer is giving some multiple folders for you. Okay, in Windows generally you can open the folder and you are trying to create one more folder, right? And you are trying to open the folder and you can create one more folder, right? So what is this actually? So because when the developers or any other persons is trying to create a multiple folders, you need to find out the path. You need to find out the path. So basically where we can find out the paths. So in Windows, basically if you want to find out the paths, you have to go with a user. Okay, you have to go with a user. In user, we have a whatever you are trying to create these files, it will be created path. Okay, or else you can go open with a desktop like this, or else you can go with a desktop like this. So I'm trying to go with the desktop now. See here, I'm trying to create one folder here. In folder, I want to open one more folder. in opening, and again I'm going with multiple folder, again I'm trying to go with one multiple folder. What is this actually? If you open the multiple folders, you can get here in Windows laptop, I'm trying to say you can get one path here. You can get one path here. But coming to MacBook, that is completely different. Okay, so basically, if you want to find out the path in Windows, it will be very easy as per your display methods. But coming to our MacBook, basically, if I want to find out the path, I can try to go with the like this. So I'm working in desktop currently, but basically we need to go with system. Okay, in system we have a paths according to that. Okay, so but here you need to notice one thing very clearly. So whenever you are trying to create a multiple folders here like this, definitely you need to create one path. So what is the path here is? So what is the path here is you need to go like this. So in D1, so what is our home directory currently? Home Ubuntu, right? Home home slash Ubuntu, home slash Ubuntu. Okay, in D1, I can go with the D2, I can go with D3, I can go with D4. In D4, I have a D5. In D5, I have a D6. Okay, in D6, I have a D7. This is called absolute path. Absolute path. Okay. So whatever you're trying to see that output, I want to get output like this. This is called absolute path. Output. Okay, this is called absolute path. So whatever you're trying to see so suppose if I want to enter this path in my folder, so suppose I was entered D1. In D1, I was entered into the root directories. Okay, D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7. So that is called relative path. Okay, so absolute path and relative path. We'll try to discuss that one practically now. So I'll try to show you this one here. Okay, I'll try to show you this one. So basically, if you're working on this particular file, definitely we are trying to go with mkdir d1 d1. Okay, so cd, I can change directory cd d1. Okay, so now I can go with mkdir d2 cd. I can go with d2 mkdir d3 cd d3 mkdir d4 cd. I can go with d4 mkdir d5 cd. I can go with d5 mkdir. I can go with d6 cd. I can go with d6 mkdir. I can go with d7 cd. I can go with d7. Okay, so basically what I want to say, what I want to say, see, whatever we are maintaining from D1, it is going on like sequential pattern. Okay, so this is called relative path. This is called relative path. It is linking with one by one based upon the home directory. Based upon the home directory. In home directory, I want to work on the D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7. Okay. And whatever I want to get output PWD, this is called absolute path. This is called absolute path. This is what I'm expecting from my output result. Okay, so this is we are trying to go with only basic level, but if so many members having doubt. So we are trying to create files also, right? Then how can I go with this? Okay, so if you want to find out the files also, you need to go with a graphical user interface. You need to go with a graphical user interface. For this, we are trying to go with the packages. For this, you need to go with the packages. So packages are very helpful to maintain the structure, graphical user interface structures to see how many files, how many directories will be there. But coming to that, as per that is not my target currently. So as per user defined, what we are trying to go here is we are working on different types of directories and we are trying to maintain the relative path and absolute path. This is called relative path and this is called absolute path. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to expect from the scenarios. Okay, so this is also one of the basic level only, because if you want to find out whatever things we are trying to go, definitely we are trying to maintain the different types of structures. Okay, so is this clear for you? I hope everyone. Okay, so now if so suppose I want to delete the file. Suppose I don't want these 7 files, because we don't want to pick directly here. No, that is completely wrong actually. So basically we are maintaining one structure. We are maintaining the structure D1 so D1 is interlinked with the D2, D2 is interlinked with the D3, D3 is interlinked with the D4, D4 is interlinked with the D5. So if I want to remove any directory, you need to go with the backtrack. Okay, so for this I am going with cd dot dot cd dot dot cd. I can go with dot dot cd. I'm going with dot dot. See, basically why I want to remove the file. I want to remove the file. Suppose I don't want to remove the files. I want to go back to my home directory. For this, I can go with cd slash home slash Ubuntu. Ubuntu. So you are back to my home directory. Okay. If I go with ls, see, I have a D1 is here. D1 is here. Okay. So this is how we can try to go with the absolute path and relative path. Okay. I hope everyone is clear for you. Okay. Now let's move with the next command. So you know what is you know what is date, right? So you are trying to know the date. Okay. So date, and so we are trying to go with the next command is cp. Cp stands for, suppose if I go with ls, I have some files. Okay. Suppose if I want to copy the file, Suppose I'm trying to go with cat, I can go with f8, f8. Okay, F8. We don't have any display the message, right? If I go with ls, see F8 is created here. I can go with cat again. I'm trying to display the F11. Suppose I want to write some data. Hi, hello, welcome. Hi, hello, welcome. Welcome to all. All. Hi, hello. How are you? How are you? Hi, hello, how are you? Okay, Control C to come out. Okay, so now I want to copy the file CP. I am going with F11 to F12. So I want to copy the file. If I go with ls, so I have F12 font is there. Okay, now I can go with cat F12. See, my data is copied. My data is copied. My data. Okay, my data is copied. Okay, so this is what we are trying to copy the files. Now I want to move the files. I can go with the MV. I can go with the F12, F13. See, I want to move the files. If I go with ls, so currently, if I was going with cat F13, so I was moving the file like this. I was moving the file like this. Okay, so this is what we are trying to go with a basic level for the user defined commands. Now, next I'm trying to go with ls-ltr. What is this actually? ls-ltr means it was going with from oldest file to latest file. It was older file to latest file. This is called LTR. Okay, so next we are trying to go with PWD. Very, very important. Present. So where you are currently, present working directory. So for this, I'm going with the home Ubuntu progress. Okay, so these are some basic commands which we are trying to go with user defined commands. If you feel free, like any doubts, you can ask me in a comment session. And we are trying to go with a live session also, guys, very soon in this week. So try to come. If you have any doubts, you can ask me as per your career, as per the commands, as per the DevOps, everything. I'm trying to ready for that and try to go with according to the format. This is what we are trying to do in this class, guys. And thank you so much and have a nice day, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.